let's talk about the surprisingly simple craft of creating lovely printable Christmas cards. Now, whether you're doing this for, creating cards for your customers to print, or printing for your customers, or even printing those last minute cards for yourself, or, using them to dress up gifts as you wrap them up. It's actually quite easy to do. And I'm going to walk you through these templates, and I hope that I can show you different ways to do things and to look at the templates to work from so that you're creating something more unique for yourself. I always tell people, it's really important to work. Just like you can come to Canva and think you want to design a specific thing, but I think it's always more valuable to grab a template and mess around with it and create something that's lovely for you. So in order to be able to start doing that, you have to kind of understand the elements that are in your design. So if you take a peek, I'm going into the grid view and I'm looking at everything. These are essentially the same card, right? The background's changed, the color of the oval is different, and then the image is there and it's made to match the rest of the card. So I'm going to start there showing you those parts, and then I'm going to give you some more creative ideas so that you can change them. But I promise you that if you are creating these cards and you make a lovely card with this basic template each time, the people who receive them are going to be happy to receive them. It is actually what I do. This is my base card template. If I feel like doing something different, I will, but if I'm in a hurry, this works perfectly. It is a bifold card, right? So you're just folding it in half. And later on, we will talk about printing them and folding them and getting them all ready. So here we go. So when we go to any design, we need to go to position and we need to go to layers, and then we can see everything that is there. So really it's this saying, which is a graphic. You can also use different fonts to write the message you want if you can't find a graphic. Graphics just make it fast if they happen to have something that you like. And then there is this oval, which is on the front of this green part, right? So the green is the background and it's making a border on top of it. So it's slightly larger and positioned over it. This is an image that was made into a background. So if you're not sure how to do it, let's start with the background. If you're not sure how to do a background, let's just reverse engineer. And this is the best way to learn Canva and best way to learn creative designs. Canva is a perfect tool because it has lots of elements inside. It has the templates you can work with, and you can just look at those layers and fix things up, and it's drag and drop. If you're trying to learn Photoshop, you have to come up with all, you won't have the templates unless you purchase them somewhere else and you import them into Photoshop. You don't have those other elements to draw on. You got to go look for them, and then you got to bring them in, and it's really not drag and drop. It's a little maddening. So let's detach this from the background. I right clicked and I detached it. So really it's just an image, and you can find images like this by searching for Christmas background, winter background, whatever you're looking for. You don't have to say background, but when you say background, you tend to get these patterned images that will work perfectly, but you might find something else that works. All you do, set image as background. It's done. I want to change the background color, right? So make sure you go to position because you might be actually grabbing the white part and you'll change the color. So if I want to change the border, I can go like this. And the trick to making it match, the background, is to go to your document colors. Now this has a lot of colors in it because it has all these pages. So if I just want to see what's in this background, it's usually at the top here. It's become quite more sophisticated in the last year how Canva makes it easy. So you can see the colors here, and you can see I chose the green that is here to match the rest. And then I left the other part alone, but you could also color that and then switch the colors here because you'd have to choose quite a light color here, I think, to make that work. But you could pick a color off there, or maybe the blue might work. you can also, if that's like too much like the outside, you just go back. I don't know why it's hard to get back to here, but you got to get back to the main screen of the color changing, and you can go here. And so you could lighten it. You could drag it to lighten it, or like whatever, and play around with the color. You also, this is an image. I looked for an image, an element, and all I searched for was the words I wanted. So you could do happy holidays and happy birthday, because these work for all kinds of cards that you need to make. So happy holidays, and these things came up, right? I used free images. So if you are you're editing these and you've got a pro account, you're gonna have a lot more options to look at. I use free because we are sharing the templates with others, and that is what we're supposed to do. So here, this particular image, and not all of them have this feature. I don't know what guides that because I am not a graphics expert, but you can see the colors. You can change them here. It originally looked like, maybe we can find it. So recently used, here we go. It looked like this when I started, right? And that didn't quite go with it, or I wasn't ready to have it like that. So I changed the colors by editing that. So now you kind of know everything that's in these, and it just changes each time. I selected text that can do that. You can actually use text also. So if you're doing something unique, you might want to just add a text box, pick your own font. So you can look at these and maybe they speak to you in something, like you want to do happy holidays, right? And now that color actually isn't even that bad to match. I would stretch it out to where I want it, and then you can switch the colors as you want. So that's an option too, because there are a lot of little built-in kind of looks. So these usually come grouped also. That might help you. So you could see, if you go to here, you'll see that it's all together because they're in a group. All you have to do if you want to move them around or like get into them separately is you can ungroup it. Or maybe you don't want all the items or something like that. Whoops, we moved the white thing. Always remember, undo is your friend, either on your keyboard or up here in the corner. All right, and yeah, that's so let's actually go ahead and look at, then you can also now, so we're just editing what is here, right? And what we really want to do is maybe also start to expand our knowledge of Canva. And let's find one that it would work well with. Let's kind of look at this one. So we have this, and then we could maybe change the shape of this. This is just a shape, and you have lots of options for shapes. So if you go like this, let me just go like this. Sorry, that's how I find my stuff. So shapes, sometimes they appear here. Shapes, see all. You could see all the shapes that they have. We could potentially make this, so we could use any shape, right? If something speaks to you and you want it, you want a star or something like that. Or you want to add stars on top. And then you can match them to the colors, move them however you want. But let's do what I was thinking of. So we could try to make this also look like a Christmas ornament. So let's grab another shape. We put it here. We're going to put it behind all of this. Also, I could change the color also if I wanted to match. Probably not, though. We probably do want a darker color so it stands out. And then what else would we need to have? Like a little, I'm not going to get that detailed, but here, because it'll take a while, you could put another circle there, and then you could put a little, a white one in front or something, and it would look like a little hook that would go on a tree. But let's just, for sake of keeping it brief, we'll go ahead and go here. So we're going to put this on the bottom because because we want a little point at the bottom of our card, except for we're kind of running out of space on this fold of the card. So maybe we could, you can actually grab everything because the background is separate. So I just over there, you could group it when you're ready to really resize stuff, but I'm just trying to make it a little bit smaller so I can move it up and I have a little more room to work with. So then I'm gonna take this one and I'm gonna put it behind as well because we want it to look a little like an ornament. So I don't think that's perfect, but I'm just trying to show you like there's different things you can do. And maybe, yeah, like you can see that if you put the little thing up there, it might look more like one. Maybe you want to change the colors more dramatically to stand out. I'm gonna try a red, which is probably too red, but we all have our own preferences on how we want them to look. You could, whoops, sorry. There we go. So we want to make this one a bit red. I don't like it, so I would probably go like here, this red. So you can overthink as much as you like, how I do as well. But this one potentially is something you might want to go and make a little darker, right? So here, I find going lighter when you're playing with this is a little difficult, but darker usually works pretty good. So I'm going to make it a little darker so it stands out a bit more. And you can see down here, I can do change all. Okay, so again, not super perfect. Maybe I want to do a different shape up here. Maybe I want to make this into something that is more longer, whatever works for you. But the more you play around, the point is the more you can create something really unique. But start with those templates, see what they do, and just mess around. Like this one is one of my favorites, very subtle, lovely. Let's have a look as a last little thing let's have a look at what this looked like to start with. It looked like this, okay? So it was a little darker and it takes away from the subtlety. And so this just made it kind of blend a little more nicely into that lovely subtle background. Once again, you can grab all these templates for free and start working and creating your own Christmas and holiday magic. And I will also do the printing tutorial and I will link to that as well for you. When you grab them for free, there's also an option to upgrade and grab a version of this tutorial and the printing tutorial and our mock-ups and all this stuff, so that if you plan to share the templates with your customers and allow them to edit or print, then they will be able to benefit from all that stuff. That's an optional upgrade. The card templates are totally free, and go and grab them.